to never make it out alive. Make it out alive. Funny how they do the same damn things.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing this bronzy glowing makeup tutorial for you guys. Lately I've just been into really like fresh glowing skin and kind of more like natural glam, I guess you can call it. Just skipping the false lashes and really playing up my own eyes. I mean, this might be heavy makeup for some of you guys, but it's still kind of natural glam for me. And that's what I've been really into lately. I just feel like it's so fresh for spring and summer. And I also took some inspiration from Khloe Kardashian. I absolutely love her makeup. I think her makeup is just always stunning. She has really always like that bronzy, like shimmery eyes. She really, you know, does a lot of like brown liners, plays up the lashes, and then has always, of course, radiant glowing skin. And then usually like a nude lip, whether it be matte or glossy. So I kind of took inspiration from Khloe Kardashian's kind of like, I guess her kind of classic look, I guess you could say. So I'll show you guys some pictures of Khloe's that I kind of took some inspiration from. I didn't recreate any of her looks like in particular, but just took a little bit of inspiration from each of a couple different pictures.
Alright guys, to prep the face, I'm first going in with my Laura Mercier Radiance Primer, and I just love the way this gives you a nice, natural, healthy glow. And then I'm going to go in with my Dr. Brandt Pores No More Primer, and I take this more towards the center of my face and kind of T-zone area where I have larger pores. And this is just going to really smooth out my skin and give it a nice base for foundation. And then I'm going in with the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea foundation and mixing this with my Armani Luminous Silk foundation. I just love this combination together. I do have oily skin, so the Armani Luminous Silk is a little bit too dewy for my skin, so I like to mix it in with other foundations when I just want a nice glow. And I'm just stippling this into my skin using my Morphe M439 foundation brush. And then I'm going to go in with my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in the shade Medium Light Neutral and just take that to my under eye area and blend that out with a Damp Real Techniques sponge. And then we're going to go in with my NYX Sculpt and Highlight Duo, and I'm taking the light shade and using this to highlight throughout the high points of my face. So just taking a little bit, you know, to the under eye area, center of the forehead, bridge of the nose, to the chin, and Cupid's bow, and then just blend that out. Same thing with my damp sponge. I really like this Sculpt and Highlight Face Duo because it's very light and it doesn't give you any like heavy cakiness. You know, sometimes if you go in and highlight with a concealer, it can be a little heavy, but I really like this because it's pretty sheer, but yet it still brightens the face. And then I'm going to go in with the contour side and, you know, just contour, you know, the perimeter of my forehead, hollows of my cheekbones, the nose. I take a little bit underneath the bottom lip as well, and a little bit on the chin area. And same thing, just blending that out with my Damp Real Techniques sponge. And this stuff just blends out so easily. It gives you a nice, fresh contour, and again, nothing very heavy at all. So I really like it for like the spring and summer months, you know, when you want to go a little bit glam, but nothing like too heavy or cakey on the face. I just really like using a lot of cream products in spring and summer, just because, you know, I feel like sometimes with powder you can just look a little heavy and cakey. But now I'm going back in with the highlight shade and kind of cleaning up the areas around my contour where I may have got a little messy. And now before I set any of those areas with powder, I'm going in with my Sephora Radiant Luminizing Drops in the shade Morning Light. And I'm just dabbing that to the high points of my cheekbones, tip of the nose, bridge of the nose, for a nice cream highlight. This is going to really be a nice base for when I go in with my powder highlighter. So I like to use all of my cream products first before I go in and set any of my face with powders, because then everything will just definitely cake up. So now I'm going in and setting my under eye area with my Laura Mercier translucent powder. And because I do have oily skin, I like to go in with a powder bronzer. This is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer, and I am going to set all the areas where I use the cream contour product from NYX. And this is also going to deepen it up a little bit and warm up the face. This is totally optional. You don't have to use, a cream product as well as a powder bronzer, but this is just what I like to do when I want, kind of a full face glam. And so just setting all the areas where I use that cream contour product. And then I'm going to go in with Anastasia's That Glow Kit and taking all of those 3 shades and mixing them together to set my cream highlight. And as you can see, it just goes on so beautifully when you have that cream product underneath. Your highlight just really pops. Again, it's not necessary to use a cream and a powder highlight, but I just wanted extra today. I just really wanted that glowing skin, and I feel like this just looks so beautiful together. So just setting all of the areas where I used that cream or liquid illuminizer. And then I'm going to take this bronzy shade from the Glow Kit and just pop a little bit of that onto my cheekbones and a little bit to the temples. This is more of like a shimmery bronze color, so I just kind of wanted a little bit of glow, but nothing too crazy. So just kind of topping that off on my matte bronzer. And then I'm going to go into the eyes. I'm taking my Urban Decay Primer Potion to set the eyes and prime for eyeshadows. And then I'm going into the Manny MUA palette with Makeup Geek. And I'm mixing Sora and Frappe. And I just like to use this as my transition color. This is kind of like my favorite combination at the moment. I love mixing those 2 shades together. I feel like it's the perfect warmth. And it just looks so beautiful. And then I'm going to go into the Anastasia Self-Made palette, and I'm taking this bronzy shade called Hot and Cold, and this is more of a shimmery bronze shade, and so I'm taking that just to the, maybe about like the outer third of the lid space. And then I'm going to go in with Sateen by Anastasia. This is a single shadow, and this is kind of more of like a light champagne shimmery shade, and I'm popping that on the inner 2/3 of the lid. And I did wet my brush with a little bit of Fix Plus because this wasn't showing up too pigmented, but it looks a lot better once you wet your brush. You can also use eye drops if you don't have Fix Plus or any setting spray. And then I'm going in and taking this shade Fudge from the Anastasia Shadow Couture palette and just deepening up the outer V and crease. This is really just going to bring some depth and dimension to the eyes, and I love this warm fudge chocolate brown. It's so beautiful. And then I'm going in with a black eyeliner. This is from Makeup Forever, I believe, the Aqua Eyes in the shade 1L, and it's kind of like a charcoal gray shade. And so I just popped a little bit of that to the lash line, and then I'm going in with Noir, this black eyeshadow from the Anastasia Shadow Couture palette, and just topping that off to deepen things up. I just wanted to give a little bit of definition to the lash line, and I'm kind of softening it up and blending it out with a pencil brush. And I'm also tightlining with that same liner. And then I'm going to go in with Sunburst from the Anastasia Glow Kit and take that to the tear duct area. As you can see, this just really opens up the eyes and makes them look a lot brighter. And then I'm going into the lower lash line and taking that same combination of Sora and Frappe from the Makeup Geek Manny palette. And then I'm topping it off with Hot and Cold, that more bronze shimmery shade, just for a little bit of shimmer on the lower lash line. Khloe always has like shimmery shades on the lower lash line, and I think it looks so beautiful. And just dragging in some of that Sateen, that champagne shimmery shade, and kind of blending it into that bronze shade. Then I'm going in with this eyeliner from NYX. I don't remember what this, I think it's called Bronze. I will list it down below in the description bar, but just taking that to the waterline. I didn't want anything too dark or defined. I didn't want to go in with a black, but I felt like this bronzy shade just gave me a little bit of definition, but nothing too heavy. And then going in, just curling my lashes. And for mascara today, I'm going to use the Tarte Lights Camera Flashes mascara. This is one of my all-time favorites. And so just popping on some mascara. I decided to keep it light and not go in with any falsies. But you know Khloe does love those dramatic lashes. So if you want to pop on some falsies, by all means, feel free to do so. For blush, I'm using MAC Sunbask, one of my all-time favorite bronzy blushes, and just popping that to the cheeks. And then I go in with a stippling brush just to kind of blend out the edges and soften the appearance and kind of give you more of like that airbrushed look. And for lips today, I'm going in with the MAC lip liner in the shade Boldly Bare. This is one of my all-time favorite nude lip liners. I think it's just so flattering and very universal. And you know Khloe loves her nude lips. So I definitely had to go in with a nude glossy lip today. And then for my liquid lipstick, I'm using Ofra Long Lasting Liquid Lipstick in the shade Bel Air. And again, this is just a beautiful like peachy nude shade. And I decided to top it off with the gloss. I'm going in with Motive's Mineral Lip Shine in the shade La Reina. And I think this is just a beautiful combination. I did my brows off camera. I do have a full brow tutorial on my channel, so I'll list that down below in the description bar if you're interested. And then I'm going to set my face using my Motive's No More Shine setting spray. And that's the completion of the tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching as always. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.